This
How are you guys?
conference will now be recorded.
All good. How are you? Yes.
Good,
Good to
Priya.
All
How
good,
are
have
you?
Priya.
you. Okay, all good. Fine. Okay, so now we are back to the database concepts. Okay. Now we will start with API testing. Okay. So everyone aware of basics of SQL, what is SQL, what is primary key, what is foreign key. So actually what we store in the data. What we store the data related to a user, okay, in the database, data related to a user, also data related to orders, customers, distributors, admins. So every possible transaction we store in the database. Why? Because we want a history, we want to track also who is available in our system, who is placing order, right? We have to keep a track of history, and to maintain that all data we need a database. So a systematically we will store data in the databases so that it's not duplicate. Okay, a unique data is maintained and we are able to retrieve whenever we need, we are able to access when we need. It is not that I need a data today and I'm able to get after 2 days. No, right? We want it immediately. So retrieve the data, maintain, manage everything. We will be able to do it. A database, right? Database is clear to all of you. Okay. There is a database in that we have a data. Okay. So this is database. What is database? It has a collection of tables. Like all these are the tables. It has tables, multiple tables. For example, customer table. Okay, there is a order table. Okay, there is a item table. It the tables will depend on a project. Okay, project to project the tables will change. If it is a online portal which is related to a similar to Amazon, so there will be item table which will store items, right? Mobile items, electronic items, and other items, right? If your application is, think if your application is something kind of a make my trip. Okay, what we will store in the tables? Tell me, guys. So if we have make my trip as a application, what might be the tables it has? It has also users table. Okay, one users table is to store the user data. Okay, customer table or a user table, name can be anything. Then we have a flights table where it will be a list of flights which are available, that will be displayed when you search, right? What is displayed when you search? The flights are displayed. So we have to maintain all the flights which are available, which we will be allowing a person or a customer on our platform. So make my trip will allow booking for which all? So this airlines or a go first or any other Indigo or any other, so those list will be available in the flights table. Okay, there might be some other tables which is keeping track of the offers, maybe, right? The prices related to a flights to and from, and everything. Flights table can also have the along with the tables, like along with the prices also. It can have the hotels also, a table where the list of hotels will be maintained. So if you search for a hotels for a Bangalore, it will show. How it will get the data? Select star from hotels where city equals to Bangalore, right? Because you are providing this and you are searching, and then based on that, it will show the result. What is at behind the query is written. This is a query written behind this search. Yes, behind you search this is a query developer will write something like this. Okay, we will not worry much on what query developer will write. We will now try to understand how this actually application works, and we will try to understand how API testing we are going to perform to test the UI scenarios. Like till now, we were testing flights from the UI. Like we select from and to date, and we search, we get a search results. Or if you are searching hotels, if you search hotels in the Bangalore, you are able to see the search results. So now this from a UI you are able to test, because you have UI, you can select some options and you are able to test. Where is our UI available? UI is available here, right? UI is available, right? Where is UI available? What is UI, guys? Graphical user interface. So whatever labels, buttons, links we are able to see, that are all UI, graphical user interface. This is called as UI or GUI or a front end. Okay, front end of a application. Database is called back end. Okay, back end of the application, people will refer back end. Okay, people sometimes say that there is a issue in a back end, there is a issue in a front end. So developer will discuss these terminologies. We should know as a QA what is this back end. Back end meaning is database. So whenever someone is saying there is a issue in the back end, means there is a issue in the database or some data. There is a issue on the UI, means UI side some things are not fine, that is called as front end. So in between this we have API. All right, we have in between this we have a API. What is API? A logic is written so that whenever you ask for a particular data, the API will go and take the data, give it to you on a UI. Who will give this data? API will give the data. Now tell me, where is the API? API is a middleman, nothing but, right? API is application which is in between the UI and backend, and you will be able to test this API. Now tell me, when I am testing API, do I need a UI? Do I need a UI? Do I need to focus on UI for a API testing? Tell me, think.
API testing is backend testing, right?
No, we don't need UI for API testing. We don't need. Why we don't need? We will use APIs and we will test. Okay, take the request, take the response, and test it in between these two things only. API and backend. This is only we are going to test and look at in the API testing. So API testing will be done only for APIs and databases. So UI will not be developed. Maybe application is in very early stage. Your UI team is not yet started working on the designing of the UI. Initially, work will start from the database and API only. Okay, the first things will start from a database and APIs. Okay, so when these things will start, okay, backend, the database and API, so we have to test. So maybe your UI team is not at all available, or they do not have the pages created, and you have to test the APIs and databases. So how we will do? We will be doing that with the API testing. So in API testing, we don't need a UI. So without UI, how we are going to test? That is a question, right? Without a UI, like we were having a UI to select something. Like if we want to select a hotels in Delhi, we are able to select. Okay, we are able to select from this UI. But if this UI page is not given to you, how you will input? Yes, how you will input? Think. You have to take a help of some tools. The tool is Postman tool, so you have to take a help of tool. Using these tools you will call the APIs, which is actually call will go from a UI to API. In general, when you have a UI, it will go from a UI, but if you do not have UI, where the call will go from? It will go from a Postman tool. So we need a Postman tool or a tool to test API. So that might be a API or a like Postman or a SOAP UI or a REST assured. Okay, or you might be any other. Okay, Karate framework. There are different API tools and frameworks that are used for the API testing. So these tools we need to perform the API testing. So in this tool we will be hitting this API, means we will call this API, check the data from the database, and we get a response. So in the API testing we do not need UI. This UI is not available in your API testing. UI is not available, so it might not be developed, or it's not ready for the testing. You do not have this, you do not have this, you do not have this API, like sorry, UI, you do not have this UI. Then you have to only test APIs and databases with the tool Postman. Now we will install this Postman tool. Clear, basics is clear. Why we need a Postman tool? Because there is no UI. That's why we need a Postman tool. What we are going to do using a Postman tool? We are going to call a APIs. So now what is API? If you ask me in general terminologies, let me explain you. So when you go to a restaurant, you order something. Okay, when you order something, who will take the order? Waiter will take order.
Hello, Priya.
Okay, and yes.
I have one question. If
Hmm?
we don't have UI, so how do we know there is defect and bugs? How can we uh, detect that?
Yes, how can we test? That is a question. Yes, true. Because if we do not have UI, we have to test APIs with the tools. Okay, that is a code. Everything you have to understand with the code only. Now there is no UI. We have to understand with the code. Okay, that whatever is data is displayed. So how in the SQL query you know that okay, this is the data for a particular city? That way you have to understand. We will see how we will understand. Okay, so
Okay.
now in the API testing there will be no UI. Remember this, in the API testing no one will give you this UI is not available. That is where API testing is difficult, or people say it is difficult, but it's not difficult. It's very simple. It's much more simple than a manual testing. If you get a job of API tester, take it first. It is very simplest job than the manual testing or automation testing than the Selenium or Java. API testing jobs are much more simple. You have to just understand database, okay, little bit of APIs, that's it. That is much more simple. And people think it's a difficult. People would never go into API testing. That is why the competition is also less. If you apply for API testing jobs, there is less competition, and it's simple to do that job, and also a less work will be there, and you can achieve faster. Okay, you can achieve faster. Lot of test cases you can test in the API testing much more faster than the UI. Okay, there is no transactions, like you go to API from a UI and then from database, and then you will get a response, and then UI you will check. It's a lot of time taking. UI will take a time to load, but when you are testing API to database, it's very fast. There is no wait, or there is no any page load you have to wait for. It's very fast, and the testing will also be done very fast. So now we will see some of the examples. Okay, so many things are theory. You might be okay getting questions like how this API will call the data from the database and how we will get. So let's just see some practicals. Theory is clear. Why we do not need UI? Because in the API we don't need a UI. It's not available. We are testing, maybe your UI is not even developed. Okay. So now go to Postman. how we will launch a Postman or how we will download a Postman, we'll see. Okay, go to a Postman download. Okay, and you will be able to see this option, downloads. Okay, you can go and take the Windows, or you can sign up for free. You can sign up using your email ID. Okay, create a free account. So use your email ID, you will be able to create a free account. Okay, provide a email address, create a free account. Okay, so let us wait for a while, it will create a free account. Okay, this is already taken, it is saying, so I'll log in. Okay, I have an account already, so I'll log in. You can create, simply it will create, guys, nothing else. Okay, it will create just with your email ID. It will not take more than a 5 minutes to create a account. Okay, the account is created. Okay, we are able to see now you are logged into a Postman tool. Using this tool, we will test the API. Okay, so everyone do it. You can do it now also. Go
Yeah,
to
I have a
Postman
question.
and yes, go to
Uh,
this.
in Soapy I also same thing. We can use in Soapy also, like Postman only.
No, no. Postman, SOAP UI is a different tool. It's a replacement for a Postman. So either you use Postman or either you use SOAP UI. SOAP UI is also this is SOAP UI tool is like this. You have to download a exe and this is how it looks. Okay, I'll show SOAP UI also. Okay,
Okay,
I'll show
okay,
practicals on SOAP UI as well. This is how you have to do it. So both the things we will not see at the same time, it will create a confusion. So UI we will
okay,
see tomorrow.
okay, okay.
Okay, today we'll just focus on one tool. Okay, click on next, it will install. Okay, I have already downloaded SOAP UI 5.7. You can also download. How to download a SOAP UI? Go to SOAP UI download, SOAP UI tool download. Okay, take this first and you can download. Okay, you can download after the session also. Fine, these two you can download. Okay, finish. Fine, now we have SOAP UI also downloaded. The free one is called SOAP UI open source and the paid is called Ready API. So someone is calling, I'm using Ready API, meaning is same, they are also using SOAP UI. The paid version of SOAP UI is called Ready API. Okay, fine. So this is a product by SmartBear, so it's a paid one, so it will come with some free version also. Free is called SOAP UI and paid one is called Ready API. Many companies will use free open source. This will also do all the basic testing of APIs, so no need to worry about this paid one. We don't need that paid one. Free can also do our job. Fine, go to this. We will focus on Postman. See, this is our Postman that is downloaded. Okay, click on a launch Postman. Go to my workspace. So you will have no project. Okay, there will be no project, nothing. So
Hello, Priya.
we will create a project in this API. Okay, yes, tell me.
I write my name, your name, and then it's not showing anything. And continue button is not showing. It's blurry. Why?
Okay, what is?
Wait.
Yes, Shraddha.
I create an account and then it's not
Hmm.
showing. I mean, what should I do next?
Okay, so after you create account, login.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now click on a workspace. After you log in, click on a my workspace. Okay, my workspace. Okay. You can do it later also. Fine. What we will do is now in this API, before we test the API, we will understand API documentation. Okay. So I'll open some sample APIs for testing. So this request res is the sample API. Okay. This is the sample API. You can also have a look. This is API documentation. So how we do the testing of APIs? We do the testing of APIs using the documentation. So documentation will have the details like this. Now understand the documentation given by the developers. Who will give the API documentation? The developer will give us a documentation. How we do the API testing? Now we will see how we do the API testing actually. Okay. Sorry guys. How we are going to perform the API testing. So we have to understand what we have to understand. We have to understand the API documentation and read the documentation, understand the documentation, then we will be able to test. Who will give this? Developer will give this. Okay. Yes, developer will give this to us, this API documentation. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to a single user list user. Okay, this is list user. Now this is a get is the function. In the get we will be able to read the data. Okay, this is get of like list of users are available. This is user id 1, user id 2. Okay, user id like 9, 10. This is of one user. One set of data is for one user. Okay, so now we will understand what is get, post, put and delete. Okay, the APIs will perform operations. What are operations? Create, update, read, delete. These operations are called CRUD operation. CRUD. Create, read, update, delete. CRUD operation. These CRUD operations are performed using the APIs. Means create, update, read, delete. Now what is a method for a create? Post is a method for a create. So if there is a post, it is for a create. Update is put is for a update. Read is get is for a read, and delete is for a delete. Okay, now take a real time example. When you sign up as a user, means you are creating the user. right? When you sign up as a user, what will happen? What will happen? It will create a user, right? When it will create a user, meaning means it will call the post method. Okay, it will call the post method. See, it will call a post method with the name and job, and the user is created with this id and created date, created at this time, that is a job, this is a name. So this response will be generated. This documentation will give us the information about what is the request you are asking, and for that what is a response is available. This documentation is API documentation. Okay, so now create, read, update, delete is called CRUD operation. These CRUD operations are done with this post, put, get, delete methods in the API. Create meaning is internally, post method is called internally post method. If you are updating some information, like now after 3 months you change your password is updated, you are changing your username is updated. So put will be called internally for update. This will remain same, always put will be for update. Read meaning is like whenever you want to read a data, like your orders you placed, you need to see the order history, or you want to cancel a order, so you have to go to orders, right? That is the time when you just read the data. So get is to read the data, get is a method that is to read the data. This will never change, these CRUD operations and the meaning and methods. So these are the CRUD operations that are performed, and these put post, these are the HTTP methods to perform a CRUD operation. So what is put post get delete? These are the HTTP methods to perform a CRUD operation. Okay. So this is very famous interview question. What is CRUD operation? What are the methods to perform a CRUD operation, or what are HTTP methods? You have to
Can you
explain with example. Okay,
repeat it
whenever
again,
you
Priya?
create, yes,
Please, can you repeat it?
okay, yes. So whenever you create something, create meaning is post method is called internally. Okay, when you create a user internally, which method is called? Post method is called. Okay, if you are using, you are updating anything, meaning means put method is called. These are HTTP methods. Okay. Now, these are the HTTP methods to perform these different operations. The meaning is create, update, read, delete. Okay. We will see practicals, you will understand. So, create is post method. Which method will be called for a create? Tell me.
Post method.
Post
Post.
method.
Post.
Okay. Which method will be called for a read?
Get
Get.
method.
Get method.
Okay. Which method will be called for update?
Post
Put
method.
method.
Put method.
Method.
And delete?
Delete
Delete.
method.
Delete.
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 Okay. This all together is called as what?
CRUD operations.
Crude
Crude
CRUD
operations.
Crude
operations.
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 HTTP
Crude
methods.
full form is
HTTP
C
methods.
is for
Create,
create,
Methods.
R is
D
for
is
R
for
is
read,
for
create,
U is
read.
for
read.
update,
update,
Update.
delete.
For delete.
D for delete. So these are short form like all
HTTP method.
create, read, update, delete. CRUD. Okay. These are from this create,
Create.
Up,
Read.
read,
read,
update, delete.
delete.
Update.
Read,
Delete.
update, and delete.
Okay. Yes. So create, read, update, and
Read.
delete. Okay,
Update.
like this.
Delete.
Okay. So this is how the methods are. So these are the methods given. So developer will give us this get single user. So if you want to get the data of a user, this is a response. So user id 2 is this, user id 2 is user id 2, it is available. We have to check, okay, we are passing 2, page equals to 2 means user id 2 we are asking for, and we are able to get the data of this 2, user id 2. Okay, now we will copy this. Okay, click on this request, copy this, and we will go to a postman tool. Where is our postman tool? Yes, here. Now in the postman tool, create a collection. Collection nothing but a test cases, set of test cases. Create a collection. Okay, click on this plus. Now it is creating a new collection, new API test cases. Okay, this is the name of a collection we gave. Okay, now we created this collection. If you expand now, clicking on this expand, we are able to see add a request. Click on add a request. So now what we want to get user data or a single user data, right? Single user data. Okay, this is the name of the call that we give. Okay, so that is name is updated. Click on this and click somewhere, it will save. Now whatever we copied, we paste it here. Where we are pasting in this. Okay, and the method will be get, because we are reading single data, single user data, right? What is our motto? User id 2, data we want. So we have that 2 copied. Now click on send. That's it. This is API testing done. Your test case done, testing done, pass. It is pass. See, it is 2 user data we are able to see.
Priya, can you
If
repeat
we
again?
change it to, yes,
Can you repeat?
yes. If you change it to 3 and send, user ID 3 data is displayed. User ID 3 name is changed. Okay, name, email, everything is changed. If you change it to 4, okay, now user ID 4 is Eve. Eve, the name is changed. User ID 5, send. 5 is Charles. Okay, different. User ID 6. Okay, there is a change, right? Tracy is the user 6. So we are able to get user ID 7. This is what the data. Okay, so now each time we are able to get the data, getting the data is simple. Okay, you are able to get the data. This is API testing. So what we have to do whenever you get a documentation of APIs, we have to go and see. This is a get method. So get single user, this API we are testing. Okay, get single user API we are testing, this one. So go to this request, copy this request and go to your workspace, paste this in the get URL, and what we have to select the method, get method, because developer gave us get method, right? Get is, we have to select get. Okay, can you select put and run this?
No. No, we
No,
can't.
because developer gave us
No.
get. The developer saying that okay, this is a get method. Get is to read the data. We cannot use put. We have to use get only. Then only we get a correct response. So we copy this request. Copy this request. Okay, write it, paste it here. Now check the response is same or not. Data ID to email. Data ID to email. Correct. So it's a correct. API testing is done. Okay, single user 2 is correct. Okay. So now in this what more test cases will be there. So in the API testing, we always check the data is populated in the format or not. Okay. So data is displayed. There is no null data. Okay. Like each user, whenever you are asking for a user to, there is a email, first name, right? It should not be a null. Okay. That is what we check. And data should be in the same format. Okay. This format should also not change. Okay, that is in the same format, yes or no? Only the values are changing, only the eve or the names of the people, that is changing. Everything is same, right? The format is same. And number of parameters in the response, like data is the parent, then id, email, first name, last name, avatar, they are fixed. Okay, so this structure is also fixed. This structure is called parameters. The parameters are displayed correctly. What we test in the API testing? Okay, what we test in API testing? Okay, what kind of defects we get in the API testing? What we do the testing in the API testing? So we do the data is displayed. There is no null data or a blank. Okay, no null or a no missing data. There is some data available, and also the parameters are correct. Okay, the parameters are means id, name, email, first name, last name, these are correct. Okay, this is also displayed. The structure should remain same, this cannot change. Who will give this structure? This also developer will give us. Developer gave us, see this documentation, given by developer. If you click on this, you get this response. Okay, copy this, and you have this response from the postman. Okay, where is that? Go back. Okay, this is our data of the response. Both are same or not? How we will check? See, it's bit difficult to check now. So now we have comparison pages. This is called JSON. JSON, this is a JSON, JavaScript object notation. This is okay. Go to JSON compare online. Okay. JSON diff comparison. Paste the developer gave information here and API given information in this second column and compare.
I think the ID is different. Here we took 2 and the other one is 4. The
Yes.
request what we got.
See, if you compare, the structure is same. See, you are able to see, right? Okay, here we are taking for a 4. Now I'll take for a 2 only. Okay. And then we will compare. Okay, this is for a 2. Copy. And this is, we will change it to perform a new diff. Okay, this I'll change it to 2. And now click on a compare. See, this comparison is done. Two files are identical, right? Completely they are same. There is no change. Okay, it's a complete same. So no difference. If there is a difference, it will highlight. Okay, what if we are searching for a 3? Okay, see, if you search for a 3 and you perform a difference, here I'll change it 3 and now compare. See, only that first is change. Okay, image 3, image 2, that is a change. And there is a id, that is also a change. So it is highlighting these things, like 5 are unequal values, but you can see the data structure. What is data is the root, then these are all the childs of that, then you have a support, and then you have a inside parameters of this. So there are two parameters and then all these parameters. So you can compare like this, what is the difference, what is the difference. Okay, these are like having the value. So exact parameter is same, id is parameter, email is parameter, author is parameter, first name is a parameter. Those parameters are same, right? It's not changing. So we can compare like this using this JSON comparison pages also. Now there is no change, values will always change, right? So overall parameters are same. Now if you want to check this is also same or not, how we will perform? See here, Now this is API testing. That's it. You have to compare. Okay, what is the parameters are missing? No, there is no parameter missing. ID is available, name is available, last name available, support, text, URL is available. Everything looks perfect. Testing done. One test case is done. Next test case. Okay, in this copy this, and in this perform a new diff. New. Second, this is also done. Okay, after is there email, first name, ID, last name, it is there. Second test case is also completed. How many test cases you can test in a day for API testing? Tell me, right? How much time it is taking to test the API testing?
Just a sec.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
It is just you have to test the data comparison. You just have to know database. So now in the database, this all will be the columns. Okay, name, first name, email, ID, last name. If in case there is a no data, what we have to do, we have to report a defect. Now user ID 6 doesn't have a name. Okay, maybe this is blank in, for example. So we will report a defect that there is no data for a user ID 6. And also we go to database and check. How we check? Username, user ID 6, first name. Can you write a query? Select, it is in the user table. Select star from user where user ID equals to 6, right? Then you get all the data of user ID 6. There is a first name is null or what, you check. Okay, there is no data in the database also, and in the API also it is not displayed. Defect is reported, API testing is done. Simple. In the UI you have to keep a track of, okay, page is loaded, elements are displayed, what we are selecting, what we are not selecting. Okay, so many of things are involved, it takes lot of time. So in API testing it looks little tricky initially, but it's way better, way faster, and way simple than the UI or Selenium, Java entire things. Okay, now perform a new difference we will check. Okay, get is done. Get is very simple. Get is just a reading the information. We are not changing any data, we are just taking the data of users. What we did, only read the data of user. Read the data of user 2. Okay, where we write in the postman user 2 we write. Okay, here we are changing backspace 2 and send. So 2 user data we got. If you change it to 4 data we get. Okay, clear? How to change the values here? Just in this endpoint you have to change. We have to take it get only, because it is developer gave us this get. He told, okay, get is that available. Go to this request, copy from this. Okay, and developer already gave us, this is our response, right? We copy from this. Okay, this is formatted, right? From the single user formatted one we copy, and we are comparing from this to postman, this to postman. Okay, this is given by the developer. Who gave this page? Okay,
Develop.
developer gave
Developer.
this. Okay, this is kind of a requirement, this is kind of a design document, how the APIs are designed. Okay,
Priya, I
simple, yes
have a
or no?
doubt. You told
Hmm?
it's from JUnit. How can we know
Sorry.
the input what we got from the get? It's like from JUnit.
What
Where
is
can we know
JUnit?
it's from JUnit? You told for the comparison.
Okay, comparison, go to comparison. JSON diff. This is called JSON.
No, for everything, we need to compare in JSON only.
Hmm. Okay, so go back. JSON
Okay.
compare. Okay, see, it's not mandatory you compare with this JSON comparator available online. Okay, you can compare manually also. See, this you have to copy. Okay, take this, write it in a notepad, and again go to postman and take this also and copy in a notepad and compare. Copying in a notepad is simple, comparison is simple, or with this json diff it's a simple.
We
JSON diff
sorry
is
to
Yes,
interrupt
and if
here.
is different.
Yeah, the
Easy.
easy. But
Listen,
we can
listen.
use that beyond compare as well, right? The tools. No.
Yes, you can compare manually also with the notepad. Two notepads you open and if you write or like just compare line by line, okay, data, ID. Now in this JSON comparator which are online available, JSON compare online available things, it will highlight also what is the difference. ID2 it is, ID4 it is. Okay, what five values are different. It is showing us. If you write for a 2 and copy this and right side you paste it, there is no difference. There is no difference. See, nothing is highlighted immediately. It is showing no difference, means your test case is completely pass. Yes, the structure is correct, parameters are correct, right? Yes, okay.
Sorry to interrupt here. I just came in late. What are the topics covered before API? Do we need to download the Postman or anything like that? API, can you hear me?
Okay.
Hi Priya, can you hear me? Hi Priya, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, tell me.
Hello,
Yeah, tell me.
Priya.
Yes, can you
Hello,
hear me?
Priya, can you hear me?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Priya.
yes,
Yes,
Priya.
Priya.
Yes, Priya.
Yeah, yes. You can type your question, Sudha. Okay, you can type your question. Yes. So what is JSON? JSON is JavaScript object notation. JSON is, this is our JSON format of data. JSON format of data is JavaScript object notation. This is used for a data transfer. So in the API, we perform the data transfer from the UI to a backend, that is database, from the database to the UI, that is front end.
Priya,
Okay. Yes.
hello. I'm so sorry. I just joined late. What are the topics covered in the front? I couldn't hear you. The bit between
Okay.
before
Mhm.
API, I
Yeah, you
couldn't
can.
know what are the topics you covered.
Okay. So we
Possible.
covered about API testing. Okay. We covered about what is API testing and some practicals. Okay. No worries. You can get the recording, see, revise. Okay. So we are learning about API testing. Fine. Yes, sometimes happens. Okay, no worries. If you are late, it's okay, completely fine. Okay, it's a simple. You can go through also. Okay, let me revise as well. Okay, what is API
Thank
testing? Question answers, guys. Everyone. It's a kind of a group discussion. Everyone should participate. Now tell me what is API? What is API testing? Where the APIs are present?
you.
It's API
Like
testing,
it
backend
between the
testing. We can use with database and APIs only. We can use. We are not using UI.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm.
API is like an intermediate between UI and database.
Hmm.
It transforms the queries from UI to the database through JSON language.
Hmm. Okay.
API is the
Okay.
middleman between front end and back end. We'll give request and we'll
Hmm.
get response from database. Sometimes UI is not developed. At that time, we'll do the API testing by using
Hmm.
this Postman tool, and we will get these databases in the form of JSON JavaScript.
Hmm.
So API testing
Yes.
is
Yes.
done only in API and database. So to test the API and
Okay. Yes.
database, Postman tools are used. You will call the API to check the database.
Hmm. Correct.
In UI, API test is not available.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the API testing, we do not have this UI. Where is UI? UI is graphical user interface, front end. Front end is the application which we are able to see, right? When we click on some buttons or these links, this is graphical user interface. Front end of a application, face of a application, that is the UI. So behind this face, behind this graphical user interface, there is a logic, right? If you click on something, Delhi, you want to search hotels, some calculations happen. See, some changes will happen, and then you get a search results, right? If you change the city, then you get different search results. Yes or no? How that different search results are displayed? There is some logic happen, right? There is some behind, there is a logic. That logic is written in these APIs. Okay, these APIs are going to take your request. User is requesting for a cities or for a hotels in the city Bengaluru. So for a user, we have to show that data only, and to and from, and okay, whatever user is asking for, that data we have to showcase. So whatever you are asking for this, as per the selection, the data is displayed. So this at behind the scenes, you are clicking on something, your request is taken by APIs. What is the request? You requested for a Bengaluru city, date and time, check-in, check-out, and rooms, number of rooms also that you have selected. Then this is a request. The request is processed in the API. This is again, it will go to a database. This request will go to a database. Then the data from the database will be calculated. The filters will happen. Okay, there is a Bangalore city hotels we need to showcase, and which are available from this check-in check-out date, right? The response will be generated. Response is generated. Okay, and this response is displayed on the UI. This is a response that is displayed on the UI. So request went, a response is given back. In the Postman also we are checking. Go to the Postman tool where you we have request. We are asking for a user to request, send the request. Okay, see, sending the request, it is showing, right? When you send, click on a send, it's highlighting. Yes or no? Sending a request. Able to see this? Yes.
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 Yes, sending a request. It is
Yes.
sending a request, and this is a response we have got. See, this is a response body. If you click on a body and expand this is a response. This is a response we got. Request sent, response is calculated, and this is a response generated. This response we are validating. So in the API testing, we do the response validation. What we do we have return values or not? Do we have all the parameter values or not? Do we have the correct parameters or the not in the response? So we check the response data. Okay, in the API testing, what we do, okay, not this, where we have API testing things mentioned, okay, we have here. So what we test in the API testing? The response data. Actually, we test response only, right? Whatever is the request, do we have the request and do we have the response for the same request? If you are asking user 2, obviously you should get a user 2 data only. Yes or no? If you ask user 2 data and in the response you get user 4, will it be okay?
No, no, it's not.
No,
No.
it's not. It's a defect. If you are asking for user 4 data, user 4 data should only be displayed. 4 IDs available, right? This is what we perform in the API testing. We validate the data and check the response. Okay, this is what we
Hi, Priya.
check.
So when we
Yes.
validate and check the data, if there are any errors, to respond
Hmm.
to the developer, there is a communication or how we, if there is a error in it, the code has some error.
Okay, code has some error. What error?
Like anything, when we checking, it's not giving the proper data. So in get,
Proper data means the response.
yeah.
Okay, if
So
we
they
are
will
not
not.
getting responses, okay, there are two, three things. Okay, now if you are not getting response, that is a defect. We will say server is not working, server is not responding. Response, you have no response, no data in the response. There is a error or there is no data. That is a defect. Defect, we will say that API is not showing any data or there is no data for this API. For a get user API, no data available. Or get API, the get user API is not working. It is not showing the data. That is a defect. Again, you say that, for example, there is server not found. There is a error. Okay, server is down. That is also defect. Server is showing error 503. That is also a defect. If your server is showing 404 page, that is also a defect. Everything is a defect if it is not showing two user data. If I am asking for a user 2 data, and it must that it should only show user 2 data, anything else is a defect. Okay, anything other than this is a defect. Anything missing is also defect. No response is also defect. Okay. Now we will try to understand the response status codes. Now here I was writing like 503404. So what are these 503404 errors? We will see. What different errors we get. Errors, or these are called as status code of response. Okay, status code of a response data. So if your response data is 100 or 1xx 101, okay, it varies. Okay, it is from a 100 to 199. Anything between 100 to 199 will come under 1xx. This is the response for a information. This is information. 2xx, that is 200 to 299. These responses are of success. Okay, anything working fine, anything is okay. Okay meaning is pass. Okay, these are the status codes. So a status code list we will see. Most important is this 200. Okay, 2xx. 2xx meaning is okay, accepted, created, and it's successful. Okay. 2xx is success. Like anytime you are getting 2xx, it's a success. See here in this 200, okay, it is showing. Meaning is it's pass. 200 okay. Yes or no? See 200 okay. Can you see 200 okay?
Yes, Priya.
Yes.
This 200 okay is success. Correct. Okay. Now, for example, next range is 3xx. Not so important. 300 to 399. This is all about redirection. Redirection means one API is calling another API. So whenever you do a payment, so it will go to your net banking to a Razorpay or a PayPal, then from another API. Internally, it will go to another page, ask for a OTP, card details, and then payment will be completed. You are not performing anything there, right? You are just providing card information, but internally API is calling another API. That is redirection. Okay. 4xx, it's about errors. Okay, 400 to 499, the errors 401, 404, 405, these are all come under this 4xx. Okay, now 404 is very common, which is of a client error. Okay, all these 400 responses are client error. Then now what is a client error? You might be having question. What is a client error? Okay, so as a client, you provide some incorrect information. Now user is you're asking for a 2020 some user. There is no data for this user. This kind of a user, there is no data. So you can show that 404 not found. 400 series is client error, means as a client you have done something wrong. You are the client here. Okay, you are asking for a data which data is not available. 404 not found. Okay, now 400 is for all client errors. 401 is for some specific error, 402 is for another error, 403 is for another error, 404 is not found. Okay, 404 is not found. 405 is for some different error. Okay, got it. Client error means as a user you have done something mistake. As a client you have given some wrong information to a API, so your API is not providing the response. That is 400 series. Okay, everything 400 series is client error. Now we have 500 5xx. This series comes from a 500 to 599, like 501, 502. This 501, 502, people call it as 501, 502 also. That are same. Okay, 501 or a 502, 503. The days I'll show you for a sum of different. So I am changing API only, and there is no API. Okay, for example, there is no server. This page is itself is not found. Okay, that is this page is not available. Like your server itself is not available. For example, you are testing sometimes and your server is down. server is down meaning is your server is not working. Server is not showing the data. That time you get 503. 503 is a common error. We might see on the internet also your internet is not working or some server is not responding. You get 503 server not found or server error we get. So all 5xx related issues, the issues related to server will fall under this 5xx. Okay, these are server errors. Means your server is down meaning is your server is not working. So your server is stopped working, there is no response from your server, means your server is shut down, maybe intentionally unintentionally, or your server not even developed. Then this is what you have. Okay, yes. Okay, make a note of this all: status codes, API testing, CRUD operation. Okay, fine, make a note.
Priya, here how will we write a code automation? How will we do? How can we do the automation in the API testing?
Okay, automation testing we will see. We are now learning API manual testing. Okay, so API automation testing will involve sending the data with automation. Okay, what you do, this comparison you write a script, this comparison you will write a Java like annotations you will write which will compare. Okay, data is id 2 and 2 here. You will write a script which will be checking for a equal. Okay, this is equal or not. And also we will automate in terms of sending the, suppose for a postman you have to send the data from this actually, like what you have. Mm, so now you are sending two data, user two data. Okay, so this is, you want to change this one to automatically with automation. You can change it, right? 1 to 100 you want to check for 1 to 100 users. So you will write a for loop and run this using the loop. Every time it is incrementing by 1 and checking the data. And you also write a script which will compare this two data. What two data? This request data and the response data. Okay, request, or you can keep it like whatever is available and what we have in the response, so that you have to compare. That comparison script you write and one for loop you write, that's it. Automation is also done. Okay, we will see that example also. Okay, in postman also we can do. Now make a note of this status codes. Interview question you will get, what are the status codes? Okay, and we will take a 5 minutes break here. Okay guys.
Yes, Priya. Like in manual testing, in Postman also we take the screenshots and we report if we get any defects.
In the postman, yes, we can, yeah. But
Is
in
that
the
the way, or
API,
how do we report the defects? Is that the way, like
okay, the
taking the
data is
screenshot?
missing. We will report the data is missing. Okay, direct response we will add it in the defect. Okay, complete response we copy paste. You can copy paste a response. This is a response I'm getting for this API. That's it. Yeah, we can
Okay,
add a screenshot also. Yes.
fine.
Here also reports generate. We can able to generate automatically, Priya, in automation.
Automation report, no, yeah, in the postman everything is available. Okay, you can save the response. Okay, there are response tests are available, so you can check the response. Okay, go to test. and we write a script. If you have, okay, this is a response, go to body and okay, if we have a test, where is a test? This is a test. Okay, so there is a test results. Okay, here we have the test, write a test, and in this we will be able to write a test. Okay, there is a code snippet like this you can write, and it will give pass fail. The report is automatically generated, pass or fail. You just have to run, you just have to run this, it will generate pass or fail. This test script is written in JavaScript. Okay, that JavaScript test we can write also. Okay, we will see that as well. Okay, we will create. So now basics you understand what is get, how to get the response. Then we will see about test cases and reports. Yes, so report will be like this, generated, passed, failed, escaped. We can see, okay, what is pass, fail, escape, and this is this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, make a note of this all. Yes, completed. Making note. Okay. Now everyone install the Postman and create some test cases. Okay, write the test. Just now how we created one test for a new user. Okay, for a new user. This is a new user get request, send, and we are able to get the response. Everyone create a collection, create a new API. Okay, that is get API. Create a get request API and get the data. Yes, do it.
Priya, can you please repeat?
Yes, can you hear me? Your voice is very
Uh,
low.
can you please repeat?
Okay, so you have to create a collection in the Postman, create a new test to get the data. Sorry guys, you have to take the data like get user 2 3, you should be able to get this. So create a API request which is a get request. Okay, get user single data and send it. So create a collection, in that create one request, create a data and then create a request. Okay.
Hi, Priya.
Yes.
Yeah, so I end, sorry, new collections, then get new requests.
Yeah, new test case, in that new request.
Okay.
New request, create a new request and rename it.
Okay.
Select the get request, and also from this you have to take, okay, from the requirements. So how we will get the requirements? This is where we can get, right? This is a sample API, open APIs. These are open APIs that we can use. Okay.
Say your screen is not visible.
Yes. Now I stopped the screen share because I thought you have questions. Let me share your, like, I want you guys to share a screen if you have any questions. Otherwise, okay, this is where you get a request, right? the data, single user, which one you will take this is what you have to copy in the postman. There is a postman. Okay, this is, paste it here. Done. Click on send, get the data. Everyone complete this. If you have questions, let me know.
Hi Priya, I will share my screen. Can you help me out in this, please?
Okay. Try. No,
And
no. This quick I can't help you very quick. Okay. You have to figure it out few things also by your own. Okay. Next question.
Priya, what the use of this? I mean, like, what's the use of getting a new get user single user data?
Okay. Yeah. Very good question. Superb. Why actually we are performing API testing, right? Okay. The thing is, what happens if your UI is not developed? See, what is the basic logic of API testing? If you do not have like UI developed, this is not even developed, not even created, not even the pages are available, we have to test. Then you might be asking why we have to test when the pages are not developed, when the UI is not developed. For a improvement, like if you do early testing, it will save lot of money, lot of time, right? Early testing is good, so to do early testing we do API testing. And if you find lot many defects in the API testing, then you do not get much of the defects in the UI testing, there will be very less defects, so your product will be ready faster. So to save time and money, to save efforts in the later stage, we do early testing. And in the early testing, API testing comes under picture. So where in the early testing we do API testing and database testing, so that whenever UI is ready, we have very few things. Okay, there is no much work remaining in terms of testing. So you will get less defects. Your testing will be done faster. Your project is ready faster. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do we need to compare as well with the other JSON, Priya?
Sorry,
Do we need to compare as well by using the JSON, or just need to create one? In
do
the
we need
Postman,
to?
I mean. In the Postman, do we
Huh.
need, you said to create the get request, right? That is the only task.
Yes, now yes, you have to create a get request only. Yes,
Okay,
create
thank you.
multiple get request. Check the response. User 3, user 4. Check the
Sure.
responses.
Mhm.
Compare with the JSON comparator. Is it
Okay.
correct or not? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, do it. Some
Priya,
practicals.
and
Okay.
can we write the can we do the coding also in Postman? I'm like, can we write the test case also, or it's just for testing only?
No, it's just for testing. No test cases. We will write like a steps, right? One by one. No.
Okay, this is for just only testing, nothing
Yeah.
else.
Hmm.
Okay. And Priya, one more question. Hello? Priya, can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, I was on a mute. Yes, tell me.
Okay. Priya, so we'll write that we'll test in. Can we test in the same get user single user data, or we have to create every time new get? I mean, like we have to create
Every
every time
time,
new
no,
collection, or we
no,
can
no,
test in the
same
same one.
same one.
Okay.
Same one will work. Same one.
Okay.
Okay, in the Java also, Selenium Java code also. Do we write again and again Java code? Once you launch a code
No.
browser, you will write next steps, right? Remaining things. Or we just run it with a single quick click, right? We will not write again. This is also simple. Same, like we have given this, you have selected get as a, and you renamed it again and again. We will not do, just send it. It will be saved in your Postman collections. So after you log in, maybe tomorrow, go to your workspace, your collections will be saved. It will not be deleted. Like our Java classes are there, right? Tomorrow also you come and see, the classes are available, Java code is available. So in the Eclipse, in the Postman also, these files are available. We can just run the next time. So creating will only take time, testing will not take any time. We will also see about some more variations. This is about only the get. So we will see post how we test, put how we test, delete how we test. Some variations we will see tomorrow. So today everyone create some test cases for this API documentation. What is API documentation we have? This is what we have, right? Create some test cases. For a get only, create get single user not found. So user not found, see 404 is for not found. It's for error, right?
Priya, can you show us one more time how do we create like one more in the workspace with the same?
Okay, fine. Go to this collections.
Yeah,
There is a plus icon.
correct.
Create new collection. So every time do not create a collection. Just create a
Uh,
one collection and 10 test cases you can create in that. Okay, API test is the collection. For example, just expand this. You have add new request. Like this, you can add 10, 20 get user data. Okay, save. It is a get. Fine. Paste it. Paste means we copied this right from that API documentation. Send. You got this. Again, you want to add some more request. Go to this. Click on these three dots. Add a new request. Okay, there will be add new request. Okay,
add
here
request.
you have.
No, no, I
Okay,
see the
there is
add
add.
request. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. View more actions.
Yes, please. There.
Add
Yeah.
request. Okay, so second request you can add get user 3 you want to add this time. Okay, this time you want to 3, or maybe next user you want, next test case you want to add for a user not found. Okay, not found user. Which one is not found user? Something, right? This user is not available. We do not have. This is our test. So all three test cases are available. Now open this collection, and in this entire collection we can run. This entire collection you can run a collection. See in this what will happen, 1, 2, 3 all are tested. One iteration we want to test. Run the API test. All will be tested. Okay, it is showing error. Check the console. There is error for the last one. I think so. Error URL is empty. Where is the URL is empty? Somewhere is the URL empty. And this is what if we have. So you can run all together also. Okay, run as run collection. In the run collection, all three are selected. Now I do not want to say run this not found. Okay, run only these two. one iteration, run the test. Okay, again a get user data is a null, somewhere it's a null actually. Fine. Okay, go to this run collection and we will not run this. Okay, this also I do not want to run, and run the API test. Okay, this is also request could not run due to console. Okay, do we have no request? What we will do is we will close everything actually. Okay, we did not save, that is why it is not getting displayed. Okay, go to this run collection. Now select all, run. Okay, all are pass now. See, there are all are pass. It is showing green, means it is pass. 200 okay, 200 okay. Okay, view all runs. You can see it took this time and it executed this all. So how many tests we have? These are all executed. You can run entire collection. Okay. In this run collection, you have iterations. What is iteration? You want to test 2 times, 3 times. 3 times all the test cases will run. Okay. It will have a result. First time, what is the result? Second iteration, third iteration. Result of third iteration, second iteration, first iteration. Everything is executed. Okay, just click, 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 it will execute. You have to create, that's it. How much time it took for testing? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, right? Less than 10 seconds. That's it, API testing is done. If you get a job as a API testing, take this. This will be the work. Just hit enter, your testing is done. But here you have a task that is understanding the APIs. Like what the APIs are, what is APIs. This will take little time. Okay, what is this API? What it is actually. This is user data, ID, email, first name, last name. Okay, simple. So this is what API testing is all about. We will see some more examples tomorrow, some more practicals next class tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss about post method, okay, delete, put, how we use all those in the postman, and also some of automation stuff. Okay.
Tell me with SOAP tool also, Priya.
Okay. You have specific anything on the SOAP
Yeah.
UI?
Yes, Priya.
Why?
SOAP with
Any
API.
reason? Okay. Any particular reasons?
Yeah, I need to work with that SOAP only, Priya, for that.
Okay. Okay. Good. Obviously, it's a similar tool. Okay, SOAP UI is also little similar, but controls are different. Okay, the tab names are different. Here also you will create test cases, the request only in the SOAP UI as well. Only these menus will be names are different. Everything will be same only. The request is same, response is same, sending is also same. You get a response is same. You see that raw data or a response and then check that. Okay, that everything is same. This is the response we get. So same APIs we will test in SOAP UI also. It is also simple tool. We will see this tool as well. Okay, yes. we can cover, no worries. You
Thanks,
can
Priya.
install today. You can install SOAP UI today. Okay, keep it ready. Do the practicals along with me in the session. Okay,
Yeah, okay, Priya.
everyone. Yes, everyone install SOAP UI Postman both.
Sure, Priya.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a great day. We'll continue
Priya, I have
Priya.
a
tomorrow.
doubt.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Priya.
tell me.
Hello?
Yes.
Priya, I have a doubt in Eclipse. Can I share my
Yeah.
screen?
Okay. In the Eclipse, what is the doubt?
Actually, I don't know why it's showing error. Like yesterday also I showed you one code like Java, but in the next you only told else int mark, so it's showing error. I don't know why it's showing error. So
Okay, show me. Okay, share a screen. Okay.
yeah. So I don't know
Else.
why it's
No,
showing
we can't
error.
start with else if, right? We have to start with if. Can we start with else if? No, we have to
No.
start with if, then else if will continue. Remove that
Okay,
else
so
first
if I
at line number 8. Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
remove
save
it.
it.
And
Where
even
the marks you declared? What is
in the
marks?
12th,
Compiler don't know.
and the
Okay,
12th
Your
line
marks
it
is
had to
not
be else if.
declared. Integer marks you
um,
have to declare. Integer marks before
okay,
the
If.
declare it.
okay. Oh, I have to write marks here for
Int
Int
declaring.
marks.
is equal to
Okay.
0.
Okay,
Or you can
integer marks. Yes.
assign a value. Mm,
0
assign a value like
semicolon.
75 or
Yeah,
something.
so I'll put one. I'll do
Okay.
this.
Okay, semicolon. Now errors are gone. Okay, else
There's
int
one.
marks
Mm-hmm.
behavior. That line number
Yeah.
16, remove that.
Should I remove the
Else
whole?
Else if.
int also you remove. Int also. See,
Okay.
now what happens? Marks is your initially it is 1. Now you are changing it to marks as a 68 and now you are
68.
checking. Okay. The programming logic itself entirely changed. Are you okay with this logic? What is the logic now executing?
No.
No, right? So remove that line number 17 completely. You do not want to check in that way, right? You do not want to check. Now you wanted to check as if, else if, else if, else if. So 19 also you have to write else if. Okay, what is the sequence
Okay.
of else if actually? You check something greater than 70, then you can check greater than 50, right? If you already check
Yes.
greater than 50, will this condition be true ever? Marks 70 greater than whatever is greater than 50 is
Mm-hmm.
also greater than 70.
Yes, and we're also greater than 60 also, like in 23
Yeah,
I wrote. Okay.
yes, greater than 60 also. So that will not come. So first condition should be greater than 70, second is 60, third is
Third
50.
is 50. Okay. Okay.
That sequencing you maintain.
Okay. Okay, Priya. Thank you.
Okay, then
And
it will run.
there's one more thing. I
Okay,
don't know why.
and
Oh, okay. No, no, this is fine, I
this
guess.
is fine. Okay,
Priya,
good,
can I
good
share my
practice.
screen?
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, Priya.
Rajita, right?
Yeah, yeah. For
Okay,
test
yes,
and
share a
setup.
screen.
Yeah. For test and I did this also, but I couldn't able to see the test and here.
Output folder, na?
Yeah.
Refresh the project once. Refresh. Right click on a project and refresh. Where is a project?
This one only.
This one, huh? Right click and refresh. No, right click. Refresh option. It was there only. Refresh before only. Did you execute at least one test ng class?
No, Priya, I just now installed.
No, it will not show. You have to execute one test ng test case at least. Then test output folder will be automatically created for that test execution results. There should be results to create a test output folder. So create one test ng class and run it
Okay,
and refresh the project.
okay,
Then it
Priya.
will be there.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, I will do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
so
you,
you
Priya.
can create a test ng class, you can write some dummy code also, and then run that class. After you run, internally the output folder is created, just you refresh, it will show up. Now
Okay,
it is not available, now it will not
yeah,
show. No.
I did this one and
Okay.
help with the help. This one also I did.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That
Priya.
you can. Okay, thank you. Correct.
Priya, do we need to create the TestNG class only, or in a normal class also we can run this at the rate test these annotations, right? If we plug in and if we add the dependencies.
No, I'm not getting. Yeah, what is your question?
Is it mandatory to open the class TestNG class, or we can run TestNG notations in the normal class also?
No, TestNG class is must. Yes, TestNG class is must. You can only write TestNG script or annotations only in TestNG class, not in Java class.
Okay. So
Okay.
I tried to write in a normal class. I got that import option also, but when I run, I'm getting the skip. I'm not getting the output skipped
Now no output
notification.
that will show. Yeah, that will not work. So
Oh,
create a TestNG only.
okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Priya,
Any other questions?
Priya,
Yeah,
I'm
tell
not
me.
getting video from last weekend, and I need that because I
You are not getting
last week's videos.
recordings?
Yes, recording. Sorry,
Who is this name?
Shraddha,
Shraddha. Okay, what
yes,
is the email ID you registered with in the LMS?
Shraddha dot Manipuri. I can send you.
Shraddha dot.
Priya,
Can you please type it?
I also did not get any recording. Like I have not seen any recording in LMS, and
LMS?
that
Did you check, guys?
means yes, LMS, yes.
I just got
It's
Selenium
updated.
and no Priya. For
Okay.
last week, it's not updated from last week.
Okay, let me show. Okay, I'm sharing my
Yes,
screen. It's
yes.
available. It's already
I can see
available.
every video, Priya. Sudha, I can
Sorry?
see them. I can see the videos updated in the LMS.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, guys, you are not checking. Okay, you are asking recording. To the also like coordinators, you are asking. To the HR also, you are asking. You are escalating also, not even asking. HR, they were like literally bursting on me saying that why you are not sharing the recordings or what did you do in that LMS, and people are asking me again and again. So they take it very wrong way actually that I'm not sharing you the recordings. Whenever you say something, they come back to me only. Okay. And okay, see in this, okay, what I'm showing you that is not needed. Okay. Go to my courses. When you log in, you have my courses option. Go to my courses. You will see Selenium and SQL both. You will see manual testing also. Okay.
Yes, Priya, I
Complete.
got. Yes, I said that
Okay.
it's showing
So
my
now
course
in
video.
this Java related are available first, then Selenium related are available, TestNG related are available. So last day TestNG 3 recording is also updated. This is TestNG third day, and there was a TestNG second that we discussed, that is also available. You have to scroll to the bottom, guys. Okay,
Yes, Priya,
TestNG
I
one. This is
no
not.
no. I scroll and I click in this Selenium Java, but
Two
video
days
is not
back.
showing. Video is not showing in my course.
Refresh
I
it.
did.
How come it will not show? What is your
I
ID?
don't. Shraddha Manipuri.
Okay, see,
I
Shraddha,
can
you are
see.
there already.
Yes, I can see all the topics, but when I clicked it, video is not running.
Same with me, Priya.
I
Yeah,
can see
For
it
me
all
was
the
also.
topic.
showing like
Yes,
this.
I can see all the topic, but video is not running.
Okay, so you have to scroll right side panel also little bit up and down.
Yes, yes, I do that. I did that.
Okay, do
I can
not
see
click on a
everything.
new lesson. This is not updated. Okay, if you click on new lesson by default or somewhere else, and if you see in the right panel, it will not show, right? You have to be on a day 3. Click on a day 3 and wait for 2 seconds. Let it load. Day 2, click on it and do not click anywhere. Just wait. And you have to keep a progress, guys. If you complete this, you have to go back, revise, complete it, and mark this as a complete. That will create a progress. Okay, if you complete this, you mark this as a complete, it will show some progress you have done, and this progress will be monitored. Your progress, everyone make a progress. If you complete this understanding, mark this as a complete. Go to this so that you will not be confused also. Okay, what is completed, what is not. Now in the test ng1 you are, and this you have gone through and you want to complete it. You have completed it, mark it complete. Okay, now you have made a 13% progress. So see, test ng1 is completed. Now you are highlighted, it is complete. Second, you will see that also you completed, mark as a complete. If you see that, now you will not have a confusion. Okay, only one is remaining, this I have to do, right? Revise, or you have to make a notes and everything. So just complete, make a progress, see the videos. Okay, how many of you
So,
really recording or really watching the recordings, guys? How many of you, tell me, to
Priya,
be
I am
honest, how many
watching.
of
I
Yes,
you?
am
I'm
watching
watching.
Yeah.
and doing, Priya.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I am
I
also
am
Only
also
watching.
three
watching.
members.
I'm
If
also
we have
watching
doubt,
the
then we are
videos.
watching.
Okay,
So,
four
Priya,
members are watching.
if I am not completing
I'm also
previous.
Yes, I'm
watching.
also watching, Priya.
Hello, Priya.
Okay, fine.
Priya,
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
So if
Hmm.
I'm not completing previous topic, so it will not show next topic.
No, there is no rule as of
No,
now,
right?
nothing like that. Everything will be
Priya,
shown. Huh.
can I share you my screen?
Priya, a
What
quick question.
happened?
Priya, what is happening is the first videos we are not able to see. I can
Uh-huh.
see the loop statements, the
Yeah,
Java things,
Priya,
but
same thing with me. Like I'm
what
opening
is
this,
Yes,
no?
automation?
yes.
Automation
It's
testing.
same.
So it's not
Hmm.
opening. There's no video
Yes.
actually shows like
No, in the automation
installation.
testing, there is no video. Go to TestNG.
But we
Scroll
finished the
down.
basics of automation testing, right? Installations of Eclipse. So we can't
Oh, okay.
go back and see.
No, but it's not here. Like why it's not showing like in automation testing?
Okay, in the
Yeah,
installation, there is a. Okay, go to this. Huh, click on this.
yeah, I can see in
TestNG.
this, but like in basic of automation and installation of Eclipse or Java, I
Installation, you
cannot
click on
see.
installation. There is no
Yes,
recording. Okay.
no.
Okay. Yeah. Here there is no recording. Yes.
Okay.
What was the previous class? Java, right? 8:30 batch or 9 10 p.m. batch. What was the Java? So Java. Click on Java topics. Now
Yes,
below,
you
below.
can see
Java is
loops,
below.
everything.
Okay. What is the main method? Click on that. Hmm. Click on this. Okay, there is
Yeah,
a
in the
main
beginning.
method recording, right? This was a class. We discussed what is a main method, what is if else statement in Java. Loop statements, click on a loop statements. Okay, there is a recording for a loop statements. See, loop statements, there is a recording. Okay. Again, scroll
So
down, loop statements, again, arrays in Java, click on arrays in Java. Okay, click on that. There is a recording arrays in Java. Yes, yes, you can see that. Okay.
Okay. But Priya, can we get some basic video recording also? I mean, like where you explained everything about the API, about the automation, what is automation, testing.
Yes, yes.
Can we get
Yeah, that
those
I will add it.
ones? Okay.
Yeah,
but
today I'll
I
add
think
it.
we have
Because
those recordings which you sent individually, right, Priya?
Yes, by mail. You
that you
send it to
already
me.
have on a personal emails. Yes, that drive access is already available.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe we can refer
Yeah,
there.
Okay.
you can refer that also. Yes, 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 you can refer that also. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Priya.
Okay, thank you, Priya.
Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, thank
Thank you,
you.
Priya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye.
Quick question regarding the SOAP UI downloading, right? I see two of them, Ready API and SOAP UI open source. Do you want me
Hmm.
to
So
download
PY
them?
open source.
Okay.
Open source one you download, which is
Mm-hmm.
free one. Open source Ready API is paid one. Do
Okay.
not do take that. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So Ready API is more functional and more advanced, Priya. That's why they.
Yeah, little bit of quick features are available. Quick things are ready to click. Ready. Just you have to click. Automation is done. Just you have to click. Some
Oh,
code will auto generate.
are there
So
anyone
that's
using,
the.
like some of the clients are gonna use that? So
Yes, yes, many will
okay.
use. Yeah. Some people who has budget, clients has budget,
Mm,
they use because they have lot of work and they can't spend on a resources. Now instead of hiring four people, they will hire one person
one.
and then
Okay.
give him
They
a
use
ready
the one.
API, which is easy. Like there is a lot of code that is already available in the ready API. So they do the cost cutting in this way. So if they have a lot of work, otherwise if some companies has less work, even though they will also have one API tester and they will use with SOAP UI, which is open source, because they have very few things and SOAP UI has good features. Anyone can automate APIs also in that.
Okay.
So Ready API can handle big projects, so many things. So many things are auto-generated there. Okay.
Priya,
So
I
that
heard like
auto-generated code is costly. Hmm.
okay. Thank you, Priya. Uh, I'm hearing that a lot of people are saying there is no market for QAs and all. Do you think it's going to be true or it's going to be getting better in future?
No, actually, QA's jobs are much more secure than any other developer jobs. Now people are saying because of okay, so because of there are open APIs that came like such as ChatGPT or some other, so
Correct.
that AI is taking slot many development activities. But testing humans has to done that. Look and feel who will test. Oh, who
Mm.
will test the user experience? Who will test some OTP is generated, password is changed or not? Or who will test that entire functionalities that cannot be auto generated with ChatGPT or anything? So people are comparing nowadays a lot with other jobs. The QA jobs are secure, I would say. But QA from the last 5 years or 10 years, manual testing jobs are very less. So automation testing jobs are huge. API testing jobs are also huge. Like you can get easily, there are so many job openings all over. Okay, maybe out of India as well, in USA, Canada, everywhere there are so many jobs available for automation test engineers. And
Okay.
job market is good, guys. Okay, there are no like
Mm-hmm.
kind of no
Because I'm
jobs
hearing,
as such.
yeah, when someone, the vendors are calling, right? When we are trying to
Mhm.
reach them, They're saying there is no positions open for QA. That's the I'm hearing a lot from the
Okay,
vendors.
so it depends also, right? If you call a finance company and ask for a finance role, obviously they will have more jobs because
Yeah.
it's a finance company. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you understand that logic, right? So if you are
Yeah.
calling a company which they are maybe developing and by their own they do testing because it's maybe a small company or they have
Yeah.
their own already
Works.
people for a testing. Okay, if I am working in a company from 2 years, okay, for example, now
Mm-hmm.
I already have a QA team. Why would I hire? That is also point. There
Yeah.
should be someone go out or
Yeah.
resign, then we will hire a QA. Or
Right.
we are a team of developers, they are only testing, then they will not hire. Or
Mm.
depends on also. And it's not there are no jobs. One company cannot decide that okay there are no jobs. It's a market. When we compare with across
Yeah.
the open position in an entire country. And in a day how many number of job openings are posted in a Indeed. If you go to Indeed and search for a jobs in your local area like nearby good metro city, if you compare, there will be more than 50 job openings per day. There will be for a QA automation engineer. Okay, if you see that you have a criteria that I want a work from home job, then you have a criteria that okay I want only Selenium Java job or I want only API job, then the count will go to 10, 20. But there are jobs. Even I see, I keep a track of all the job openings. Okay, even I get reminders of the jobs or postings of the jobs for the students I keep a track of. So I see there are many jobs that are posted, many jobs are there, but they are asking for some automation experience or they are asking for some skill set which is more than a manual testing role. And yes, so that requires some practice. And those jobs will need a hands-on coding experience. They will ask for coding. They will ask you to write a code little bit or sorting program, Java program, if else programs, or writing a Selenium script, or what you have done in the last company, something like that. So then you will be able to clear those. So now job market will open up. Actually till now it might be little dull, the market is, because of the daylight savings, or in the December year end timings there are less hirings across all over. So in the mid of year there will be huge number of openings because people change. Now people resign with companies because of the hike issues, because of they did not get any good ratings or something like that. And year end there will be less shuffling. In the mid of year there will be huge shuffling, like people will resign, people will be hired, and HRs will also have so many open positions to hire. And by the time of June, yeah, the number of job postings will increase. And how it goes till August, September, till November there will be job openings. Then again after November there will be little less. It is everywhere in India or outside also. In UK also similar it is. In USA also it's similar. So at the year end everything drives from a USA. Okay, every job opening or everything, the market, entire IT is been like that is why it is called Silicon Valley, like, right? So all the things are from USA only. How the clients are demanding, then the budget will be approved, then people will hire in every country. Then they have branches in all other countries also, the same big companies, the major market they take.
Yeah,
So
Priya,
so
how
when
will be, sorry to disturb you. How will be the mobile testing? Is it a tough job or
okay,
mobile
mobile
testing with
testing
APM?
automation with Appium, it will be a similar Selenium kind of a job. Okay, it will be a good one. Like Selenium code you have to write, Selenium Java code. Appium code is also similar to Selenium Java, and it will be a good job. Take it. Okay, if you have open positions, known positions in such countries, take that jobs.
Okay.
Okay, that will be a
ETL
good, yeah,
testing.
it will have a good career, good growth. Yes,
What about ETL testing?
yes, ETL testing is also good, but ETL testing we are not learning, it is different.
Oh,
Extract, transform, load, it's a data related. We did
okay.
not cover anything on the ETL. Yeah, ETL is on the data transformation, data loading, extraction. So we are not missing the data. So it's a kind of a database testing.
So
So
it's
you know
completely like
database now. Okay,
mm-hmm.
so now we covered database also, joins also. So if
Yes.
you get a ETL testing job, little bit you can learn from the job as well. You can apply to that jobs also. What is ETL, little preparation,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it and then
Okay.
apply
Yeah.
for such jobs. Testing
Mm-hmm.
is related to same, but again API or database or ETL is related to data.
Oh,
Okay, you have
mm-hmm.
to learn few things, then you can apply also. ETL you have to read about, you can read ETL related things. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Priya. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
It makes
okay.
boost up some. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, any questions feel free to ask guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priya.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Priya.
Good night, Priya. Thank you.
The way you explain is very understanding, Priya. I must say this.
And even
Oh, correct.
makes us
Is
up.
it, it
And
makes
makes
us.
us like boost up a little bit too. Because
Yes,
I
Yes,
was like
Priya.
yes.
dull for the last
Yes, we
week.
are from non background. I mean,
Yeah.
from non IT field. But even though you are explaining like it is very easy to make, we can make it like we feel like
Survive.
that.
Like,
Okay. Am I very strict guys, or like how it is? How you feel like when
No,
you
no,
are learning?
No, no, Priya, you're
no,
not at
Priya,
all.
no.
you're
You're
good.
explaining very cool.
We feel like you're a family member as well. So
Yes.
nothing like we can freely
Oh,
ask you the
really?
questions
Oh my
experience.
God! Like you guys are
I felt like the
listening
same because it's good to know because I was, as I was mentioning before, I was like little dull and I was like out because when I
me.
heard people saying that there is no market for any market for QA and all, why are you wasting your time and all? I heard like few people saying that. Most, not few, like most of my friends are saying the same thing. Why are you wasting your time? Go on for the data analyst or something like that. And so when I heard that, I was like little like low completely. But now when that's the question I raised now for with you. I just wanted to express my question and hear from you because you're practically working on it. So
Yes.
that's the reason. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, yes, I'm doing the good thing. I selected the good thing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Answer them this only. Answer them this only. Like, will the AI can do that job of verification? Like, is it correct that the code you can download? Okay, people are bothering nowadays because of
Mm,
some things are automatically generated. Okay, the pages, web pages that we see that are automatically generated with chat gpt, the
correct.
code is available, there are
Hmm.
tools, so
Yeah.
they are under risk.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the artificial intelligence is like making things go a little crazy nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's is, yeah, but still the jobs will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is see, like every time something new comes in, people will
Right.
say that okay, there will be no jobs. Okay, in automation also, when automation started, manual testing was like people were saying there will be no jobs for a manual testing, but still after 10 years there are jobs for manual testing but very less. But also all manual testers learned automation testing, then everyone got a job. It's not no one is a jobless nowadays because of their manual testing. Everyone learned automation testing in just 2 months. Okay. Even if something comes up, we will learn in 2 months and then we will get the job. So who is ready to do something, they will do it. Who doesn't want to do, they will not do, even though something comes or goes. Like they don't bother about. Who want to do, they will do it in any way. Like there is a chat gpt, or there is a market, there is no market, there is a lot many competitions are there, like competitors are there, it's fine, we have to practice and then applying to the jobs. Keep applying to the jobs. Look at Indeed market. Okay, what is the job description, what they are asking for, what we know, what we do not know. Compare that analysis, then fill that gap. Okay, if they are asking for API testing, now we are learning API, so practice that also. If they are asking mobile testing, yes, learn mobile testing also. If they are asking for some performance testing or little bit of a background is needed, or just read for one day, you will understand basics. One two questions you can answer, anyone can answer about any tool and technology if you spend just 2 hours. Okay, basic definition that at least you can answer. So majority we are covering, I'm trying to cover majority things. Okay, database people are, so we are trying to cover that, API and Selenium, Java. If something is there, you can also learn little bit and then keep up to that. I want a job or I want to start a job. Whatever is done till now is fine. Like, that is maybe a cooling period, you can consider that was a luxury you had, but now want to start a something. And then little bit, first job will take little efforts, later on second job, third job, you will get it without even you notice, without even you prepare. You will switch the job, you will grow in your career just by working on your day to day project activities. So first
Thank
job will give some like time, some efforts are needed because it's completely new world, right? Completely new thing you're learning. It may take 6 months or 4 months, right? So take that as a task you have, and then apply to jobs. Look at the difference, what people are asking, what we have. And when someone says, okay, data analyst jobs are there, go to Indeed and see, compare what the jobs are, or what they are asking, what salaries they are offering, what is the difference. Then you can also figure it out. Okay, what people are saying may be true also. Okay, data analysis, what it takes to learn data analysis. So after I get a QA job, after I work for a 1 year, let me move into data analysis also, you can do that. So when you move into data analysis, you might feel that okay, data analysis is much more interesting, you can grow in that. Also, people switch in between also. It doesn't mean that you started as a QA, you have to remain in a QA. I started as a QA, now I'm into development. Okay, but I transitioned from a QA to, like, initially I worked as a manual QA. Without, I was not interested to work in manual QA, but because I got a job from a college campus, I got into manual testing, and then I worked for a year. Then I worked on a Java or automation. Then I changed another technologies. Then I worked on API testing and other stuff. Then I moved into backend. Okay, that way. So you start as a QA doesn't mean you end up being in a QA only for years and years and years. It doesn't mean that. You can change. You can become a cloud or AWS or a Salesforce or any other tools and technologies you can learn. And no technology is difficult. It will take just 3 to 4 months to learn any technology. It may be Salesforce also, it may be BA, it may be any other tool. All are similar, somewhere little bit similar. Okay, entirely a different topic or entirely a different subject, but 3 months is the time that you can give for that subject. Then you can learn that. So you can decide which path I want to go after QA. I want to be in a QA, be in a QA. It doesn't mean that you should change. If you feel I want to change, you have that patience or energy and lot of things or interest to learn, you can learn. You can move, you can shuffle a lot between that. So you can take online courses. We are taking all those courses also. We have AWS, Salesforce, other courses also. Maybe after 2 years you want to change something into other domains, you can learn, you can do that all. So it's open market. Any graduate coming from any background can apply to any job. That's the open market for everyone. Who is having skill set, they will get a job. That's it. Now only recruiters. Okay, I am also a recruiter. I take interviews every day, 3 to 4 interviews every day. Okay, even my team, we hire every day, every month. We only look at the skill and the willingness of that candidate, how much willing they are to learn, and how much skill set they have at present. They should have an average skill set and a high willingness to learn. Then we give a job, okay? Because no one is perfect. No one can answer 100 out of 100 questions correctly. No one. In the technology, no one can answer. Even I sit for an interview, I can't answer those all questions correctly. There is little variations in understanding of people answering or the way they present. So 70 percentage of answers, if you are able to give in the interview, you will get a job. That's it. Rest of the things you have to showcase as a willingness that okay, I'll learn and I'll practice and I'll work on these kind of a work if given. That willingness if you show and a skill set of 70% you show, you will get the jobs. And in the jobs, if you have anything, we will see tomorrow, okay, in the session, how to find a job in Indeed, okay, how to compare the jobs, how to analyze where we are in terms of preparation. We have to analyze ourselves, right? Those things we
Sure,
will see in the next class.
sure,
Yeah,
Priya.
Okay.
because
So
I'm
what
looking
will
for
happen
jobs.
is, tell me.
Like I'm looking for some jobs, but most of the people are asking about the Python. They ask they
Hmm.
I like they're not asking about Java, but they are asking about Python. Mostly people are asking. So Python is similar to Java, or it's a little bit difficult
Little bit
from Java.
similar, okay, but completely a different environment. How we run, how we write, the coding style, okay, everything will be changed.
Okay.
So if you really feel Python will give a job, okay, and Python people are asking, and you have a like scene also in your area, then you can learn Python also, okay,
Okay.
that is possible. But in Python, what is you want to become? Python developer? There is
No.
a job for which role of a Python? Python QA or a Python developer, Python data analyst or something. So data analyst related things are, yes, you can learn. Those are also data related, meaning is simple. Okay. Data analysis is also simple. Like you can learn. It's easy to learn. You have to decide which career path we want to get into. Okay, we want high paying jobs or simple jobs, even though low paying jobs are fine, or just we want a entry now and then we will see about a growth in the future. Those things are also plays a key role in selection. So as you already made a choice that you will learn Selenium Java and be in a QA because it's simple and easy to enter, easy to start a career being from a non-IT student. Okay. Becoming a developer, becoming a Python developer will take huge time, huge efforts because of we are from a non-IT. Majority of our students I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
So QA can be a simple option. Okay, if you choose to be in
Okay.
QA because it's simple, because for a non-IT student is simple, that can be a better choice. Okay, good choice that you made. Now stick to this and then learn something. Okay, learn on top of this or get a early job. Getting a job after a year is not good. Like if you learn data analysis and data analysis will take our language, data analysis, they will teach about statistics and other things, and after a year you get a job. That is also a question, like when we want a quick start, easy start, then the QA can be a good option. Then we have some options to grow also being in a QA, like learning automation or learning into APIs and getting into more technical stuff like Java, Selenium, or you can move to other things as well, Salesforce or some other DevOps or some other things. That completely depends on your technical capabilities or your interest more majorly. Okay, so that is there. But simple is QA. Okay, now you made a choice, so it's fine. Like we already learned a lot many things in QA, so be with it. There are job openings, apply to it. See, like at the end job matters. Okay, you're a developer or you're a QA, doesn't matter much as long as you have a good paying job.
Yes.
Yeah. So easy can be this one. Okay, this can be a very easy job to enter into IT. And yeah, the easy in the sense getting the job is also easy because the skill set requirement is very less. If you go to other technologies, the skill set requirement is huge. Maybe they will ask two three programming languages, two three servers or Linux scripting, and then R language or this or Python and that, and like so many things will be added up, and to the deep level also, to the level of like expertise also can be more. And with that, yes, maybe job openings are high, but that people are putting lot of efforts also to learn that. And that may require a time, so you can give that as a next switch option. Okay, next after this, or you want to grow when you have a good time, okay, let me learn something new, then you can do that. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Priya.
Yeah, thank you, Priya. But
Thank you, Priya.
the just now I asked you a question, right? In a test ng class also, it is showing skipped error. It is not giving the output. Will you see
Your
it
test
tomorrow? Or...
NG class is created.
Yes, I've created.
Hmm.
You want me to show it now, or will you see it tomorrow because it is 1:30?
Yeah, we will see tomorrow. Okay, no
Oh,
worries, we'll
oh,
see tomorrow.
okay, Priya.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye, thank you.